Good evening. Please be seated. My name is Devin Cooney, and I'm the president of the Ewing High chapter of the National Honor Society. I would like to wish everyone a good evening and welcome you all to the 41st annual NHS induction ceremony at Ewing High. I'd also like to recognize our friends and families and the teachers and administrators in attendance tonight. On behalf of all the members and inductees of the Ewing chapter, I thank you for your continued support and guidance. The flag salute this evening will be led by James Kim. Please remain standing for the national anthem.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The national anthem will be sung by Leah Nicholas.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in there, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Selection for the National Honor Society is based on the effective demonstration of the Society's 4 core values. 4 of our current members, Ngozi Ipama, James Kim, Zayara Jones-Costin, and Allison McConnell, will discuss the meaning of those qualities.
Scholarship means a commitment to learning. A student is willing to spend hours in reading and study, knowing the lasting benefits of a cultivated mind. We should continue to learn even when formal education has ended, for education ends only with the end of life. Knowledge is one great element in life which leads to the highest success, and it can only be acquired one way, through diligence and effort. Learning furnishes the lamp by which we read the past and the light which illuminates the future. Candidates have the charge to continually expand their world through the opportunities inherent in scholarship.
Leadership should exert a wholesome influence on the school. In taking the initiative in class and school activities, the real leader strives to train and aid others to attain the same objective. The price of leadership is sacrifice, the willingness to yield one's personal interest for the interests of others. A leader has self-confidence and will go forward when others hesitate. No matter what power and resources may exist in a country, they are ineffectual without the guidance of a wise leader. Leadership is always needed. Thus, To lead is a substantive charge to each of our members.
Character is the force within each individual which distinguishes that person from others. It gives each one individuality. Without it, no one can respect oneself nor hope to attain the respect of others. It is this force of character which guides one through life and, once developed, grows steadily. Character is achieved and not received. It is the product of constant action, daily striving to make the right choice. The problem of character is the problem of self-control. We must be in reality what we wish to appear to others. By demonstrating such qualities as respect, responsibility, trustworthiness, fairness, caring, and citizenship, we may hope to prove by example that we value character.
Service can be described in various ways. In the routine of the day's work, many opportunities arise to help others. Willingness to work for the benefit of those in need, without monetary compensation or without recognition, is the quality we seek in our membership. We are committed to the ideas of volunteering our time and abilities to the creation of a better tomorrow.
I would like to take this opportunity to personally congratulate all of our current members and those being inducted tonight. Your activities within the school and community demonstrate your commitment to the fundamental ideals of the National Honor Society. You are the very best of Ewing High. Now I'd like to call to the podium Alexa Laughlin.
In attendance with us tonight are members of the Board of Education. If you are present, please stand as I call your name. Mr. Carl Benedetti, Jr., Mr. Kenneth Bradley, Sr., Dr. Channing Conway, Ms. Deborah DeLutis, Ms. Karen McEwen, Ms. Lisa McConnell, Mr. Anthony Messina, Ms. Stephanie Staub, Mr. Bruce White, Dr. Danita Ishibashi, Assistant Superintendent, and Mr. Michael Nitty, Superintendent. National Honor Society thanks you not only for your support of our chapter and its activities, but for all you do for the students of Ewing Township. It is now my pleasure to introduce to you NHS member Amanda Alexander.
Like many school clubs, National Honor Society is involved in school and community service. Our members set up a tutoring program with student government that tutored students before and after school. In December, NHS collected food for a needy Ewing family and also for Homefront. We collected winter coats, gloves, and hats that were donated to Homefront. We sold candy kisses to raise money to support the school and children in Haiti. And we helped with the Special Olympics bowling tournament. Since NHS members are often involved in hosts of activities with many clubs, we are proud of our record of service to the school and community. At this time, I would like to introduce to you Ms. Sandra Keller, NHS Advisor.
Thanks, Amanda. As always, thanks tonight is extended to guidance and tech support, with a special thanks to Mrs. Prince, Gloria Koffold, and Matt Shaw for designing our program, the Ewing High faculty, and most especially the Faculty Selection Committee for their many hours of careful deliberation. Some senior two-year members have met for many weeks to plan to tonight's ceremony, and the veteran senior membership wrote almost all of the material that will be read tonight about our inductees. Setup tonight was done by Mark Signano and his most obliging custodial staff. Decorations were done by NHS members. Several of the cafeteria staff will be serving refreshments tonight in the cafeteria annex. Finally, thanks to Mr. Schmiel, who despite a cramped hand, signed all the candidates' membership cards, especially when I misprinted them and he had to do it all over again, without complaint. So thank you once again to everyone who makes this evening so special. Tonight is all about honoring the young men and women on stage and those in the audience who will soon join their ranks up front here. So I think we better get to it. I take great pride in introducing you to Ryan Webster, a young man who has been an asset to NHS this year. Ryan will be attending the University of Mississippi, also known as Ole Miss, and will major in computer science and engineering.
Members, please stand when you are named and remain standing until all members have been introduced. Olivia Ruck will attend Alvernia University and major in occupational therapy. Stephen Rodriguez will attend Bowling Green State University and is undecided on major. Georgette Reyes will attend Seton Hall University and major in political science. Leah Nicholas will attend Mercer County Community College and will major in nursing. Alexander Medwick will attend Rutgers University and major in engineering. Allison McConnell will attend Mercer County Community College on the STARS program and is undecided on a major.
Alexa Laughlin will attend LaSalle University and will major in nursing. Devin Cooney will attend Dickinson College and major in environmental science and play softball. James Kim will attend the College of New Jersey and major in biology and pre-med and wrestle. Zaira Jones Costa will attend the College of New Jersey and major in speech pathology and audiology. Ngozi Ipama will attend University of Delaware and major in medical diagnostics. And Henry Hutchinson will attend Eastern University and major in philosophy and theology.
Anna Gaylord will attend Fordham University and major in communications and fashion. Isabella Falzone will attend Drexel University and major in health sciences. Sterling DeRacy will attend the College of New Jersey and major in computer science. Andrew Ashen will attend Westchester University and major in music education. Naika Alexander will attend Kane University and major in biomedicine. Amanda Alexander will attend Caldwell University and major in nursing.
We wish our graduating NHS members much success in their college careers. At this time, our Veteran Honor Society members will introduce the new inductees. Inductees, when your name is called, please come to the stage and light your votive from the center candle, which represents the National Honor Society torch.
Amina Ahmed. If I'm being honest, I don't know where to start with Amina. This two-page limit may not even be enough to properly describe the type of person Amina is and what she means to me. A task placed on each two-year NHS member is to pick an upcoming inductee to write a speech for. Because of our strong bond and rich friendship, I thought it'd be easy to write for Amina. I soon realized that no speech can truly capture the character of who she is. Middle school was a weird time, to say the least. Weird changes, weird experiences, and weird friendships. And I don't really remember how we met exactly, but after 5 years, my friendship with Amina is still weird. Aside from her incredible talent for excelling in all honors classes and scholastics in general, Amina allocates much of her time to aiding the population of Ewing High School. Since her freshman year, she's been a part of the Drama Club and International Thespian Society while taking the role as an assistant student director for the spring musical. Amina also helps the EHS student government by working our annual freshman orientation, supervising and leading the 2019 student section during pep rallies, as well as being an active homeroom representative. As a part of this year's Senior Experience Program, Amina has volunteered at multiple institutions, including a local nursing home and Lower Elementary School. She even partnered with her job to set up a sneaker and soccer cleat donation drive for less fortunate children in Haiti. Outside of school, Amina is a player for the Ewing Edge softball team and holds 3 part-time jobs working around 10 hours a week at each establishment. All this while racking up many accolades, including the Kiwanis Student of the Month, Honor Roll, Principal's Honor Roll, multiple varsity letters, and even some art recognitions awards. Amina Ahmed is genuinely one of my best friends that I consider family. No matter how many times I can push her buttons until you don't even speak to me anymore, or no matter how many times we disagree on things that you're probably right about, I know that you'll always have my back, regardless how much I really annoy you. Everyone knows Amina and her iconic laugh, but not many people know her like I do. And tonight, I wanted to shine some light on the absolutely amazing person she is. As your best friend, basically second brother, and now fellow NHS member, I wanted to welcome you to the National Honor Society and encourage you to continue striving for greatness because it's pretty easy for someone like you. I love you. Congratulations, Amina.
Rashawn Ahmed. I am very proud and honored to welcome Rashawn Ahmed into the Ewing High School chapter of the National Honor Society. I have known Rashawn since middle school, and we have been great friends ever since. Rashawn is heavily involved inside and outside of school. He is a treasurer of Future Business Leaders of America, and he was the captain of the junior varsity lacrosse team, and is currently the captain of the varsity lacrosse team. He is one of 4 senior boys on the lacrosse team, and he puts in maximum effort on and off of the field. This year, Rashawn joined the varsity boys wrestling team and lettered, which takes a lot of hard work and commitment in order to stay in great shape and competitively compete. Among his teammates and classmates, he is known for his great commitment to anything he does, and he never gives up, never gives up even when faced with new challenges. On top of being a part of the Future Business Leaders of America and being involved in 2 sports, Rashawn also volunteers at the Arm in Arm Soup Kitchen in Trenton, and he has worked numerous jobs throughout his junior and senior years. He has also managed to maintain high grades all throughout high school and has taken college courses in his junior and senior year. Rashawn was on the honor roll for all 4 years and was a recipient of a $5,000 scholarship. Rashawn is an extremely well-rounded student and athlete, and he fulfills all of the National Honor Society values. I am truly grateful to have had the chance to become friends with Rashawn, and I am happy to welcome him to the National Honor Society.
Shahriar Badar. Sherry Badar, aka Shay, is one of the coolest dudes I know. I met Shay in English 3 last year. He was a new student and we sat near each other. It was exciting to have a new student from a different country because I've seen the same faces for a couple of years now. Regardless of his new status, it didn't take long for Shay to make friends. It's no wonder his name means everyone's friend. Cue laughing. My favorite shared moments with Sherry were our little conversations and the constant turning around, but I didn't mind it. I'm here to gladly honor my friend Sherry Badar because he has achieved a lot and it's pretty amazing what he's been doing. First, Shay is a lacrosse player and he has a dedication to play in and out of school, and knowingly it takes a lot of devotion and planning to balance the two. He also decided to join the school's Rotary Club, a community service club, and he's assisted in serving the less fortunate and homeless, meals at the Trenton area soup kitchen, and helping in collecting food for food drives done in the school. Shay even finds the time to help struggling students in tutoring and escorting new nervous students around the school and making them feel familiar and comfortable. Shay also takes 4 hours out of his week to help the elderly at RAS Healthcare and has ultimately dedicated an amazing 170 hours and counting. And to top everything off, he's been presented an award from the Commander Safeguard Army and a certificate of internship at the hometown RX pharmacies. The selflessness and commitment this man displays in life is commending and inspiring, and I am proud to recognize Shahriar Badar as a new member to the National Honor Society.
Andy Barnes. Growing up with Andy, I have always known that she puts her heart and effort into everything she does. She is an honor roll student athlete, and you can find her working diligently within the classroom setting or pushing herself, whether it is on the soccer or lacrosse field. During lacrosse season, Andy has volunteered to get up at 5 a.m. in the morning to help at the Rutgers Half Marathon since our freshman year. She is a highly active and hardworking individual in both of these areas, which earned her the position of being captain in both sports. Andy sets an example and inspires the underclassmen. Not only is she an integral member of the Ewing High School soccer and lacrosse teams, but she is also very important to her travel soccer team, where she also serves as a captain. It has been a tremendous opportunity for Andy to serve as being our class president her freshman year. She has also been engaged in other sports and other clubs, such as Student Council and our Sports Medicine Club. Andy's kind-hearted manner has been seen at the Make-A-Wish Foundation, where the Sports Medicine Club went to the local airport to assist sending young kids off to Florida. Andy has also benefited our school by helping out during open house nights and in the summer with freshman orientation. As a peer leader, Andy has not only put in the time with her group of freshman students, but she puts the same amount of effort into the community service aspect as well. Within the peer leadership program, she has volunteered at several sites that helped make our community a better place. At the local home front, she helped clean and make bags of necessities for the homeless. At Morris Hall Retirement Home, she spent time with the elderly and made scarecrows with them. Along later that month, she made Thanksgiving cards to the individuals that we saw in Morris Hall. Andy was also very hands-on with the crafts she made with the kindergarten students at Lower Elementary School. She also read stories and played other holiday games with them. Andy also dedicates her time into her job, where you can find her at Quaker Bridge Mall at East Meets West. It has been a wonderful experience growing up and being best friends with Andy. Andy's positive mindset and dedicated heart will push her to go far in life. I know she will be very successful in whatever she may do in her near future. Welcome to NHS, Andy.
Amelie Francois. Amelie Francois is one of the most determined and well-managed friends that I know. She worked not only to improve her grades during her high school career, but to also diversify her experiences with the multiple co-curricular activities she has engaged in since her freshman year here at Ewing. Beginning at the varsity level in both field hockey and lacrosse as a freshman is no easy feat. But with Amelie's great source of hard work as well as teamwork, she made her years with the team memorable. Her leadership role does not just stop on the field, it continues back into the school. She was a peer leader for the incoming freshman class this year and took position at first chair violin for Pitt Orchestra during the spring musical. Amelie was not just a simple player on the team. She became field hockey captain in her senior year, and during her time on the lacrosse and field hockey teams, she spent time aiding in the service the team took part in. A total of 15 hours went to Mercer County Triathlon, the women's 10-miler, and Rutgers half marathon to not only congratulate the runners, but to pass out waters and make food bags for those who competed in the race. This was not all of Amelie's service to the community. Amelie spent a total of 69 hours devoting her time to school events such as the freshman orientation, open houses, back-to-school nights, home front, and more recently, the Trenton Soup Kitchen. Outside of school, she participated in senior citizen service care at the Morris Hall Center, spending time with and entertaining the elderly. And in addition to her work with the elderly, she began working with Schaefer Sports in her sophomore year, spending numerous amounts of time with special needs children and helping them smile through learning gymnastics and how to become like a true Jedi. Amelie received the Lacrosse Coach Award for her sophomore year and has been a regular on the honor roll at Ewing. She proudly accepted the Tiffany Basher Award her senior year for her outstanding work on the field hockey team and for her obvious love of the game. My friends and I convinced Amelie to join Handbell this year, honestly creating some of our most memorable times together. Amelie's a funny, caring, and confident student, and National Honor Society is just another showcase of her amazing abilities. Welcome to NHS, Amelie.
J.C. Lowe. Not many people are lucky enough to say they have had a good friend from kindergarten all the way through to graduation. I am grateful that I am one of these people because that's how long J.C. Lowe and I have been friends. JC is one of the most hardworking and dedicated people I know. She has played varsity field hockey and basketball for Ewing since her freshman year. She was named captain for both teams her senior year. JC was named to the first team All-CBC and the first team All-State her junior and senior years for basketball. Her senior year, she was awarded the Reen Keister Award for basketball. She also has been playing AAU basketball since her freshman year. She had the huge accomplishment of celebrating her 1,000 points scored on the varsity basketball team this past season. JC's teamwork ability isn't just during games. She uses it to help others as well. She has participated in the Play for the Cure game and the 10-mile run through field hockey and volunteered with Joey's Little Angels Toy Drive, the JCC Christmas Santa's Helpers, and an autism walk with the basketball team, all for multiple years. JC is involved in community events and programs as well. She has been a part of the Emerging Young Leaders program since 2015. She helps out at the Mount Sinai Church every Saturday and also in the AY program at the church. She attended Vacation Bible School her freshman year and has taken youth Bible classes and ministries. In addition to all of these things she already does, she is able to hold 2 jobs at the same time. She works at the Journey Shoe Store in the Quaker Bridge Mall and at Peak Health and Fitness. For as long as I have known JC, she has always worked hard to achieve academic success in the classroom. She was awarded honor roll her freshman and senior years. She made principal honors roll her sophomore and junior years. JC is someone who I will consider a friend for the rest of my life. I am so very proud of her and all her accomplishments. It is so special to me to be able to announce her induction into the National Honor Society. I know there are great things to come for her in the future. Congrats, JC.
Vladimir Machevis. I had the honor of getting to know Vlad on a more personal level. He was my co-leader in peer leadership, where we led classes of freshmen together, getting them acclimated to the high school environment. Peer leadership was also a community-based class where we had several service projects over the months that we were in the first semester. Vlad has been heavily involved in many other activities throughout his 4 years at high school. His freshman year, Vlad was a part of the marching band and the concert band here at Ewing High School. His junior year, Vlad was a member of the international business practice firm with Mr. Perricone and was the CEO of the business Piece of Cake Incorporated. In addition to that, Vlad was a member of the FBLA Club, Future Business Leaders of America, his junior and his senior year, and even was the president of the club his senior year. He has also volunteered at Arm in Arm as a part of the FBLA Club. Along with his school-based achievements, Vlad has also pursued many different athletics. He has played lacrosse all 4 years at Ewing High School. His junior year, Vlad was the captain of the junior varsity team, and his senior year, he was the captain of the varsity lacrosse team. From 2013 to 2017, Vlad was involved with martial arts, Okiwan Kempo to be exact, where his sophomore year of high school, he had received his black belt. Lastly, and probably the coolest thing about Vlad, is that he is an entrepreneur and wants to continue down that career path. It has been my privilege to get to know Vlad, and I really could not have asked for a better co-partner in peer leadership. I wish you the best of luck in everything that you do, Vlad, and welcome to the National Honor Society.
Mjatu Mansaray. Mjatu and I met in the 5th grade at Laura Elementary School. At the time, I had just moved to a new school, and it was a bit hard making friends. Like a glimmer of hope, Mjatu appeared, a valuable friend who I cherish for years to come. Apart from being my best friend, Mjatu is a hard-working, studious, and responsible individual. She has received Principal's Honor Roll from 9th grade to 10th grade and Honor Roll in grades 11 and 12. She has also received the Student of the Month award during her junior and senior year. Her hard work does not only show in Ewing High School, but burns even brighter in VOTEC. Mjatu has competed in several culinary arts competitions and has even placed second in the ProStart culinary competition this year for her erudite presentation skills, complemented by the sweet desserts and delicious meals she has been asked to prepare. She has become a Class Skills USA president, a 2018 ProStart management leader, and a Skills USA 2018 entrepreneurship team leader. Mjatu has received the Skills USA Leadership Award 2 years in a row. Saying all of this, it would come as no surprise that Mjatu is a whiz in the kitchen. She has brightened household functions with her delicious stir fries, chicken cordon bleu, and creamy Alfredo. Mjatu is also quick to pick up new skills. She joined handbell choir and quickly picked up the skill of reading music, just as she joined the tennis team and quickly learned to play tennis, becoming a varsity tennis member her junior and senior year. In Mjatu's free time, she can be found volunteering with Ewing High School's Rotary Club. She regularly attends soup kitchens, has attended the Special Olympics, and even continues to help at Lore through dinners, field hockey, field days, and more. While doing all of this, Mjatu still manages to attend her part-time job at Panera Bread on the College of New Jersey's campus. So if you've ever had a really good sandwich from Panera, it was probably made by Mjatu. After a long wait, Mjatu has finally gotten into her dream school, Rutgers University, New Brunswick, where she will further her education in food science and nutrition. She is hardworking, a positive influence, and a leader. I've had the pleasure of getting to know her and can't wait to see what she accomplishes in college. Welcome to NHS Mjatu.
Michael Montagna. I've had the pleasure of knowing Michael since the 2nd grade. After seeing him grow and develop into the bright young man he is today, I'm exceptionally proud to call him a close friend of mine, and I'm equally as proud to witness his induction into the National Honor Society. Michael not only meets the level of qualification for this honor, but he also exceeds expectations to an insurmountable extent. The vast number of activities that Michael has become involved in during his 4 years at Ewing High reveals the enormous amount of love and passion that he exhibits for the school and for the community. Inside of school, Michael has become involved in various clubs and activities for each and every year, including the Chess and Gaming Club, Marching Band, Jazz Band, and the Robotics Team. As if that wasn't enough, Michael continued to climb higher and became a member of the swim and tennis team for 3 years, while still possessing enough time for Key Club, Activities Council, Student Council, and Pit Orchestra. Even with the immense responsibility of each of these activities, Michael's diligent, supportive, and positive character earned him multiple leadership positions and awards which were unquestionably deserved. He became a captain for robotics and the swim team, as well as a trombone section leader and drum major for the marching band. Not only did he receive a varsity letter for swim, robotics, and tennis, but he also served as the robotics team presenter and first trombone for both the jazz and marching band. Even still, Michael's significant contribution to the Ewing community highlights the diversity of his service within the 4 short years as a high school student. Michael helped distribute eyeglasses to people in need around the world, served as a Ewing Kiwanis Safety Town counselor, participated in Dreamlift, performed with the jazz band at the Ewing Board of Education dinner, and continues to serve at the altar at Our Lady of Good Counsel Church each weekend, while still finding enough time to work at the Ravine Club each summer and Revere Restaurant each week. Wow. Michael, it is truly my honor to welcome you into the National Honor Society. Looking back on all 11 years I've known you personally, I can undoubtedly say that you never cease to provide the characteristics that encompass an NHS member. From the endless nights outside sledding down into the pit by your house, to the first time you taught me how to altar serve at church, to the unforgettable labs we completed in physics, you've been a great person to be around every step of the way. I look forward to witnessing the extraordinary things you will contribute to the world in the future. Congratulations, Mike.
Luisa Scazzaro. Luisa Scazzaro is an all-season athlete. From soccer to bowling to track, Luisa can be seen juggling all activities with ease. Along with multiple varsity letters in her possession, Luisa is also the soccer captain for the girls' soccer team, as well as a soccer coach in her free time. Outside of school, Luisa is responsible for overseeing cadets in the Ewing Youth Police Academy, leading programs at her church's Vacation Bible School, and tutoring younger kids ever since freshman year. How she finds time to maintain her studies and honor roll status is beyond me. If that wasn't enough, Luisa also took part in Reiner University STEM Academy, where she learned about the impact humans have on the ecosystem and decisions that she can do to help others help preserve the environment in which we live. To literally take a 70-hour program in order to give back to the community proves beyond a shadow of a doubt how dedicated Luisa is to her community. Luisa's warm personality and easygoing attitude is contagious. Seeing how hard Luisa works inspires those around her to work just as hard. And because I know how hard Luisa has worked both in the classroom and outside of the school, I'm happy to see her inducted into the society. Welcome, Luisa.
Simone Samuel. I have had the honor of knowing Simone since 6th grade. Since the day I met her, she just exuded kindness and joy. My nickname for her used to literally be Sunshine because she radiates positivity every day and makes everyone around her feel as happy as she is. I don't think Simone has a single mean bone in her body. However, she can be just as fierce and sassy, so do not underestimate her. Simone is one of the most genuine people that I know, who is never afraid to speak her mind and is so unapologetically herself. I aspire to be as confident and as brave as she is. Simone is the kind of friend who supports you through everything and makes you feel good about yourself. Yet not only is she kind, but she is also so talented. Simone is an amazing singer who has performed with the Master Singers Club since freshman year. She was also part of the Ewing High School's production of The Hunchback of Notre Dame her junior year, where she played a gargoyle. Simone has also been my viola buddy in orchestra and my stand partner since 6th grade. She has also won an award for her art that was displayed in the youth art exhibit last year. But besides how talented and kind she is, she's a very active member throughout school and the community. Simone has played on the girls' tennis team all throughout high school and became co-captain her senior year. She also has been involved in Rotary Club since sophomore year, participating in service events such as serving at the Trenton Area Soup Kitchen and volunteering at Laura Elementary School's Field Day. Simone always manages to take time out of her busy schedule to give back to others and make a difference in people's lives. Outside of school, Simone continues her volunteer work, participating in Central Church's Christmas store and Central Church's Kids Camp during the summer. Along with that, she also spends time at the 31st and Main Farmers Market and Young Scholars Institute for tutoring to assist her peers and people in the community. With the immense amount of clubs and activities Simone is in, it shocks me that she still has time for academics. But it is a testament to who she is. Simone is a tenacious and driven individual who is always striving for success. She proves her academic excellence through being on the honor roll since freshman year. Simone is a humble, talented, and intelligent individual who uplifts everyone around her. I can't wait to see what she accomplishes in the future because I know it will be something extraordinary and innovative. I truly cannot think of anyone more deserving of this honor. So congratulations and welcome into the National Honor Society.
Thank you.
Great job.
Michael Obelowitz. Michael has actively participated in many school activities throughout his high school career. A lot of his time has been dedicated to his athletics. He has been a three-sport athlete since his freshman year and has excelled greatly in all. Juggling football, lacrosse, and wrestling is no easy task, but because of Michael's hard work and passion, he has been able to get the job done. Along with just being a member of the lacrosse team, he took on the role of captain his junior year, encouraging and leading the team to great success. For the past few years, he has been involved with Special Olympics, working directly with special needs athletes in various sporting events, including track and bowling. In the beginning of this school year, Michael helped out with our annual freshman orientation by giving tours and answering questions from the incoming freshmen. Michael is very busy with activities outside of school as well. He has always been committed to Boy Scouts, taking on the positions of Senior Patrol Leader, Assistant Senior Patrol Leader, and Troop Guide, which all involve much dedication and commitment. He also has been working diligently on his Eagle Scout project, helping him to get a step closer to earning the highest rank of Eagle. He is also a junior firefighter at the Prospect Heights Volunteer Fire Company. There, he is responsible for attending emergency calls, helping out with whatever his ranking officers need, and participating in fundraisers for the company. Over many years, Michael has been working closely with his church as an altar server and handing out food to the less fortunate in their Loaves and Fishes program. Along with all of this, Michael is very strong academically, maintaining an impressive GPA and has been an honor roll student since freshman year. He also earned Student of the Month in May 2017. I have had the privilege of cheering Michael on the football field, managing his wrestling, and now inducting him into the National Honor Society. Continue to work hard in everything you do. Welcome to NHS, Michael.
To Golder Bayardine. Golder has had quite an impact on Ewing High. From serving as a Boy Scouts patrol leader to parliamentarian for the future business leaders of America, Golder has proven his devotion to his community. He can be seen participating in Key Club, Rotary, Math League, as well as holding multiple varsity letters in swim and being a dedicated track athlete. Golder has dedicated over a total of 100 hours to Lions Club, where he sorts eyeglasses that are then distributed to third world countries, and local league events where he helps set up and run practice and official competitions. On the robotics team, before the robot is built, 2 individuals are chosen to drive the robot and represent the robot, or rather the team, out on the field. Golder and I were both chosen, and as a result, spent countless hours learning to drive the robot together. Golder's job was to maneuver a 110-pound robot in and out of tight spaces, while mine was to push a bunch of buttons. Because of this, I spent a lot of time observing. Golder is too modest to tell you this, but he is a natural leader. I have lost track of the amount of times Golder has inspired his teammates to give their all simply because of how hard they watch him work. The truth is, his desire to succeed is so contagious that even if you have no idea what Golder is doing, the dedication he puts into everything in life convinced all watching to aid him in achieving his goal. I personally believe the reason the robotics team won their first ever district championship title last year was due to the efforts of the robotics team and Golder's outstanding drive, pushing them to succeed. Congratulations, Golder.
Lawrence Boadi. I have known Lawrence since he first came to Ewing High School and have seen him change and grow over the past 3 years. It is now my pleasure to introduce him to everybody tonight. I've seen Lawrence transform into an amazing individual through his years at Ewing High, and he is always looking to help someone, which is very admirable. He goes out of his way to assist anybody in need of help, and that is amazing. He has no hesitation in reaching out to help someone, and that just shows the person that he is. He's very kind and helpful to everybody, which is a very important characteristic to have in life. Many people may think that Lawrence is quiet. However, they truly do not know him well. When you get to know this amazing person, you get to find out how kind, empathetic, generous, and smart he is. Even though he's very quiet, he shows natural-born leadership and is truly one of the most charismatic people I know. He always has enthusiasm to bring, and I'm sure that shows in the classroom, too. At Ewing High, Lawrence can be found everywhere. He is involved in Key Club, where he helps at task. He has helped with freshman orientation. He has been a guide for new students. He commits a lot of his time outside of school volunteering and helping within the community, particularly with his church. Here, he has helped with food and clothing drives, participated in mission trips, and taught Sunday school. Again, this shows his empathetic and kind nature. Education is also very important to Lawrence. He's a very intelligent student and puts a lot of his time in books, which is very admirable. A lot of the hard work he has endured is now finally paying off, and I'm very proud of him. As you can probably tell by now, Lawrence is superbly well-rounded and has a genuine generosity of character. Personally, Lawrence, I am extraordinarily grateful to have experienced your light over these past years. I know that you will continue to do great things and put smiles on people's faces. Tonight especially, I hope you have a smile too. You are just as proud of yourself as I am now welcoming you to the National Honor Society.
Natalia Davila. As a homeroom rep and student council officer, Natalia has faithfully served as student council here at Ewing High School since 9th grade. Natalia also served the local community by creating the Panther Pals, a program partnering high school students with students from Parkway Elementary through a program that promotes social emotional learning through hands-on time spent with a high school mentor. Natalia has stayed involved with the local elementary schools by assisting in Parkway's Kids Voting event this past November. Natalia also helped out with Laura's Field Day and Fall Fest. Since 6th grade, Natalia has attended youth group every Wednesday night and Sunday morning. With this youth group, Natalia has served on 2 separate week-long mission trips, once traveling to Washington, D.C., and once to Guatemala. Both trips were different experiences, but included assisting in the ongoing construction, preparing and serving of food to the homeless, and serving and teaching in Vacation Bible School. Natalia also traveled to Camp Wabana in Maryland to be a co-counselor at a leader in training camp. At this camp, Natalia led a group of day campers for a week, followed by another week of counseling a group of 9-year-old female campers. While serving as a counselor, Natalia would teach and assist in escorting the campers to their activities. As long as this list of volunteer activities may seem, it is only about half of the items she listed. This truly exemplifies who Natalia is as a person. She has a bigger heart than anyone I know and is always looking for someone to help. The amazing thing about how active Natalia is that she always does everything with a smile on her face. She never lets anything hinder her mood and has often told me that it's impossible to tell when she's having a bad day because of how consistently positive she's determined to be. She's the exact same person no matter who she's around and always looks to make new friends. She will even go out of her way to strike up conversations with random strangers in hopes of perhaps brightening their day even a little bit. All of this volunteer work may seem exhausting, but somehow Natalia finds a way to work in the classroom as well, even to the point of receiving the Student of the Month award in February of 2019. She also carves out enough space to work 15 hours a week at Cream King and has danced more than 3 hours a week since 4th grade. Natalia is truly a physical embodiment of what it means to be a member of the National Honor Society.
Michelle Frolio. Michelle Frolio is a junior here at Ewing. I had the pleasure of running cross country and winter track with Michelle. Every day at practice, she showed determination and perseverance. At every race or every workout, she always put in 110% even when she felt like giving up. I admire Michelle's ability to lead and encourage her teammates, whatever the circumstances. When it gets hard, Michelle works harder and pushes through, which will make her very successful in her future endeavors. Michelle also runs track in the spring.
Most of her time is dedicated to robotics, as she is a leading member of the robotics team. Michelle is a natural leader, which is demonstrated on the robotics team, where she is the leader of the driving team and also a chairman's presenter. All of her school services are done with the robotics team. You can find Michelle at football games, pep rallies, freshman orientation, and open houses manning the robots. During the summer, she works as a lifeguard at the Trenton Country Club. Over her high school career, Michelle has obtained over 250 hours of community service working with a magnitude of different organizations. She spent over 50 hours baking cookies and wrapping presents in a Christmas workshop and spent 60 hours teaching basic computer science and electrical engineering to others. Michelle also volunteers to represent the robotics team at different school and community events or STEM conferences. Volunteering is a big part of Michelle's life, which will contribute to her success in life as well as the National Honor Society. Michelle's exceptional work ethic is reflected in her grades. Michelle has been on both the Principal's Honor Roll and Honor Roll for pretty much her whole high school career. In addition to being on the Honor Roll, she received Outstanding Achievement Awards, Student of the Month, and was the Dean List winner for 2019. She also was the recipient of the Joshua Scott Award in 2017, which is given to one freshman that displays qualities of citizenship, trustworthiness, and academic achievement. Michelle definitely displayed all of these qualities and has continued to display them throughout her high school career. Michelle is a perfect fit for NHS because of her outstanding work ethic, involvement in volunteer work, leadership qualities, and natural intelligence. I see nothing but success for Michelle in the future, and I'm excited for her to get inducted into NHS. The National Honor Society is extremely lucky to have Michelle, and I'm lucky to call her a friend. Good luck with everything, Michelle. I'm really proud of you.
Emily Greshak. When first meeting Emily, her positive mindset and diligent work habits were the first traits that I noticed. Because of her diligence, Emily is taking honors AP-level classes which keep her held to a higher academic standard. Emily's work in and out of the classroom made National Honor Society membership an easy choice. Emily's dedication to what she loves is strong. She shows great leadership and strong qualities, which are exactly what NHS needs. Starting in her freshman year, Emily jumped right into activities such as swimming, track, golf, marching, and concert band. She has shined exceptionally in all of these activities year after year. Marching band requires a great deal of Emily's time here at EHS. During the fall, the marching band has to perform during the halftime show of each home football game. While playing Crazy Train, Emily would pass by me and we would look at each other and smile. Along with football games on Friday nights, Emily helped the band in band camp, Dream Lift, and the Ewing Community Fest. Emily not only excelled in band, but she also excelled in her classes, which resulted in earning honor roll status. Emily has not only been active in school, but she has also been very active in her church. As a student leader in her church and youth group, she went out of her way to help others all around New Jersey and also in Texas. Emily went to Houston, Texas to help rebuild houses that were damaged during Hurricane Harvey. During Thanksgiving time, Emily volunteered her time to help with the food drive while packing soup for the homeless in the area. Emily also helped in the nursery watching young children, replaced candy for the trunk or treat, stuffed candy and eggs for an Easter egg hunt, made pancakes for a pancake breakfast, ran a booth to promote the church at Pennington Community Day, served spaghetti to members of her church, and helped keep the church clean every week. Emily's commitments to everything that she does leaves me with no doubt that she will be an incredible leader in the future. As a member of National Honor Society, Emily will shatter expectations put on her. I am so proud of Emily in this amazing accomplishment. Welcome to National Honor Society.
Cara Pemberton. I have gotten to know Cara through Rotary Interact Club when she joined her freshman year. Since meeting her, it was clear to me exactly how invested and how committed she is to not only the club, but to anything else she is a part of. Cara has been the secretary of the Rotary Club her sophomore and junior year. Her leadership helps the club run efficiently and encourages all of us members to be more involved. She earned about 40 hours worth of service just during her freshman year. I mean, if that doesn't say committed, I don't know what does. Through Rotary Club, she has been involved in activities such as volunteering at the Special Olympics bowling, preparing pies and bagged lunches for the Trenton Area Soup Kitchen, and ushering at Fisher Middle School's plays. Cara is heavily involved all throughout school, whether it be with clubs or sports. Besides her participation in Rotary Club, she has been on the swim team since her sophomore year. I'm assuming she's very good, and I am not exactly an expert on swimming, but she has won a varsity letter 2 years in a row, perfect attendance, and a sportsmanship award, and most improved all of her swim in a matter of 2 years. Cara is also a member of the newly founded club, the Panther Pals, acting as a mentor to elementary school kids. I remember Cara saying that she intends to major in criminal justice when she attends college in pursuit of becoming an attorney. Having learned and experienced what her work ethic is like, there is no doubt in my mind that she will succeed in this field. Cara's passion for helping people and making a difference in the world is a truly admirable quality that is rare to find in today's society. Cara has a bright future ahead of her, and I know that she will continue to excel at everything she does during her senior year. Congratulations on all of your accomplishments, and trust me, there are more to come for her. Welcome to the National Honor Society.
Nora Penner. I've known Nora since she was a freshman on the tennis team. Over the years, I've watched Nora grow both as a player and a student. One of Nora's most remarkable qualities is her dedication. Even now, in her junior year, which is inarguably the most stressful year of high school, Nora is a committed member to the Ewing High School tennis and swim teams. Regardless of her workload, Nora makes time for the activities that mean the most to her. In addition to excelling on the court, Nora is also an exceptional student. She continues to persevere in her academics and sharpen her cognitive skills by pushing herself in advanced courses. In the scarce moments when Nora is not preoccupied with schoolwork, she can be found participating in one of her many extracurricular activities, whether it's the FBLA, Future Business Leaders of America, Key Club, cello practice, or mentoring students in the Panther Pals program. To say Nora is involved is an understatement. I can recall a time during this past spring production of Legally Blonde where Nora displayed her dedication. I admired her spontaneity to join the musical for the first time in her high school career. Even after being injured by a misplaced bench, Nora continued to be a helpful member of the props crew. Nora also holds leadership positions in her extracurriculars, such as dance instructor at her studio and a secretary to the FBLA. Although it may seem that Nora Penner has no time for anything else, it may surprise you to know she also maintains a presence in her community. By volunteering at Trenton Arms, Back to School Nights, and the Trenton Soup Club, as well as other events in the surrounding areas, Nora is a perfect example of what it means to be selfless. I'm proud to be able to commend Nora on her acceptance into the National Honor Society, which she has more than earned thus far in her high school career. Welcome to NHS.
Brianna Roberts. It is my pleasure to welcome Brianna Roberts into the National Honor Society. If there is anyone completely deserving of this honor, it is Brianna. Brianna has involved herself in many co-curricular activities, 17 to be exact.
Some clubs Brianna is involved with include Student Council, Drama Club, and the Black Student Alliance Club, which Brianna founded and is currently the president. Brianna has spent countless hours dedicating herself to the drama program. She has performed in all of Ewing's musicals since her freshman year. Her passion for musical theater landed her a Superior Medal at this year's International Thespian Festival. She will be traveling to nationals in Nebraska to compete for more awards. Her love for music is also seen off of the stage. She has been a member of Master Singers since her freshman year, as well as the Capital Singers of Turin. Brianna shines outside of school as well. She dedicates a lot of her time to community service and activities. Brianna spends a great deal of time serving her church. Since 7th grade, she has been traveling to Jamaica for missionary trips. She is a member of her church choir and is also a pianist at her church. Her passion for helping others allowed her to establish a nonprofit organization to provide free sanitary products to homeless women and students in schools. Brianna is an excellent student in and outside of school, and she unequivocally deserves to be recognized with this honor. Congratulations and welcome to the National Honor Society. Olivia Ross. Olivia Ross is nothing short of brilliant. I first met Olivia when she joined the tennis team in her freshman year. From the very first time I met Olivia, I knew she had a bright future at Ewing High, both as a player and a student. Within her first year at Ewing High, Olivia managed to participate in tennis, bowling, and student council. She was also awarded a varsity letter for bowling and named Student of the Month, all in her freshman year. In addition to these, Olivia has also taken advantage of many volunteer opportunities, both within and beyond the walls of Ewing High School. Over the past 3 years, Olivia has participated in the freshman orientation as a tour guide, represented Glee Club at the open house and back to school nights, and comforted patrons of the Elms of Cranberry Nursing Home. Though Olivia dabbles in a bit of everything, all her hard work does not go unnoticed. This far in her academic career, Olivia has accumulated 6 different awards, ranging from varsity letters in tennis to a first place award in the Burlington County Scholastic Open Bowling Tournament. Aside from her many accomplishments here at the high school, Olivia is also has a beautiful personality. When we sat together at lunch last semester, I discovered more and more of her charming character. From her witty sense of humor to her intriguing curiosity, Olivia always gave me something to look forward to. She possesses characteristics of compassion and dependability like I've never seen before. Even when provoked, she's able to keep her calm and focus on the task at hand. If she says she's going to get something done, trust and believe it will be done. As you can all now see, if it's not obvious before, Olivia is more than qualified and deserving to be inducted into the National Honor Society. Welcome to NHS.
Gentle Sheridan. I first met Gentle her freshman year at softball tryouts. Immediately, I recognized her ambition and outgoingness. She put the work in and made varsity her freshman year. I admired her willingness to learn and take advice. She picked things up quickly and had no hesitation to ask for clarification, explanation, or ask any questions that she had. These questions paid off when she hit her very first high school home run on the 2nd of this month. This gave me a very proud teacher moment, and I was so proud of how far she has come. Since her first year, Gentle and I have grown closer and closer. When we're together, you are almost guaranteed to see us play fighting, mock wrestling, or laughing over a stupid joke that one of us cracked. She has become a leader and one of the hardest working players on the team. Seeing how far she has come in 3 years leaves me excited to see what she does next year and further into the future. Gentle is a leader on the basketball team here at Ewing as well. She served as captain of the JV team her freshman year, but also received her varsity letter that year as well. She plays on the Catholic Youth Organization basketball team Along with sports, Gentle is involved with many other activities in and outside of school. Gentle is a member of Student Council, serves as water girl for the football team, and helps in fundraising for her class. She is heavily involved in the Princeton University Preparatory Program and attends almost every single meeting and event. Her community service resume includes concession stands for football games and recreational basketball games, handing out programs at the musicals, bagging for the softball team, and working back-to-school nights. Gentle has received many awards and honors, each well-deserved. She was an active part of the high school basketball team as they took the sectional title in 2016/17. Academically, Gentle has earned honor roll all 3 years as well as outstanding achievement every year. Looking at the 4 pillars of the National Honor Society, I could not think of a better fit than Gentle. She acts as a leader in everything she does, sets and achieves academic goals, and proves her incredible character every day. She is also actively involved in many service activities. I could not think of a better inductee, and I cannot wait to see the impact that she has on this program. Welcome to NHS, Gentle.
Luke Soderman. Luke has been involved with the Student Council since freshman year, participating as a homeroom rep, an officer, and helping out with freshman orientation. Luke has also made his mark on the Newspaper Club, an organization with which he has been a member since freshman year as well. He also volunteered at Back to School Night as an usher for both the fall and spring semester for every year of his high school tenure. Luke volunteered for a total of 21 hours with the Day of Dialogue, an event focused on bringing high school students together to promote conversation, awareness, and action around issues of race, gender, and class. Outside of school, Luke spends 12 hours a week washing dishes at Sal the Forts. He also played baseball for Ewing High School, as well as the Ewing American Legion team. With the baseball team, Luke volunteered at the Special Olympics this past winter. I have had the privilege of playing with baseball with Luke since he came to high school, and he has always been one of my favorite teammates. Luke is the kind of person to stay positive, even when it just seems impossible. He always lightens the mood and makes the long season quite enjoyable. I've never seen Luke in a genuinely bad mood, which is commendable, especially for someone actively participating in as much as he does. Luke's positivity is infectious. He's always willing to take a joke as it comes and live with the mentality that life should be fun. Every time Luke does not show up at baseball, which is not very often, it's instantly noticeable, because the moment he walks into the room, the overall mood instantly becomes brighter. Luke's kindness is a trait you cannot teach, and one that will carry him very far in life, accompanied with his unparalleled work ethic and will to succeed. When Luke turned in his application for the National Honor Society, he told me he was unsure if he made it in or not. I obviously did not believe him, because everything Luke sets himself out for will always be accomplished. That's just who Luke is. Congratulations.
Morgan Tiziker. Morgan Tiziker is one of the quietest people I have ever met. It is probably because her schedule is so jam-packed with activities that she doesn't have the time to talk. I have known Morgan for quite a while, but really got to know her freshman year in softball. One of the first things that I noticed about Morgan was her eagerness to better herself. She has faced challenges in softball that she dove into head first and learned from the mistakes that she made along the way. Her courage is inspiring, and she never hesitates to offer help to anyone who needs it. I still remember the one softball game that she rocked a triple to the right center field fence. It was quite possibly the hardest ball I had ever seen Morgan hit, until 2 weeks ago. In our game against Lawrence, she drove another ball off the top of the 210-foot fence. After both of these shots, Morgan's face beamed with pride and her smile spread as wide as her face allowed. I am so proud of Morgan and all the work that she has put into getting better and improving her game. Morgan doesn't just put time and effort into the high school softball, but into travel softball as well. She played for the Ewing Edge 14U team and the Montgomery Mavericks since 2017. She has also participated in powder puff football for the past 2 years. Morgan is on the Odyssey of the Mind team at Ewing and contributed to winning 3rd at the regional tournament in her junior year. In other academics, Morgan has been awarded Principal's Honor Roll and Honor Roll in her years at Ewing High. Morgan plays flute in the marching and concert band, where she will serve as drum major next year. As part of the band, Morgan has been involved in many service projects. She has been involved with the Sunshine Foundation's Operation Dreamlift, Community Fest, Band Camp, and has played at football games in her time at EHS. Morgan is also involved in Rotary Interact Club, a service club here at the school, with which she has helped out with organizations such as Ronald McDonald House, Trenton Area Soup Kitchen, Salvation Army, and Lower Elementary School. She has also helped out at Timberlane Middle School. Morgan's schedule is so packed with service, academics, and athletics, it is difficult to see how she has the time to be the incredible friend and person that she is. Morgan is seen as a leader by her peers and appreciated by so many people. She excels in the classroom and strives to be the best person that she can be. She constantly gives back to the community and helps out in and out of school. I personally and wholeheartedly believe that Morgan will be a great addition to the National Honor Society branch of Ewing High School. Welcome.
Isabel Van Wagner. It has been my pleasure to get to know Isabel and watch her grow into the amazing woman she is today. I have seen firsthand how dedicated Isabel is to her studies as well as activities she is involved with. Isabel has been involved in drama club since her freshman year. She has dedicated majority of her time performing and showing her talents in the spring musicals, murder mystery, cabarets, and competition. Isabel placed superior in this year's International Thespian Society and will be competing for more awards at Nationals in Nebraska this June. Isabel's determination is seen off the stage as well. She's been on the varsity fall cheerleading team for 2 years, earning her a varsity letter. Isabel goes above and beyond at practice, games, and competitions. Isabel has great leadership qualities as well, making her the vice president of Glee Club as well as the choir council. During her years spent at Ewing High School, Isabel has also spent hours of her time outside of the classroom at Glen Rock Dance Studio, dancing 3 nights a week her freshman year and sophomore year, and 1 night a week her junior year. She dedicates another portion of her time in the summer lifeguarding at Ewing Community Pools. Isabel excels in her academics as well, allowing her to take multiple AP classes and honors classes. She shined so well in school that she was awarded Student of the Month her junior year. Isabel, I am so excited to watch you continue to grow, and I am so proud of all that you have accomplished so far. It is my pleasure to welcome you into the National Honor Society.
At this time, I would like to invite all members of the National Honor Society in attendance, those in the audience, 2-year members, and inductees to rise and recite the National Honor Society Pledge. It can be found on the back cover of your program. I pledge myself to uphold the high purposes of the National Honor Society, to which I have been elected, striving in every way, by word and deed, the ideals of my school and of my life.
Oh, everyone sat, so I don't have to say that. Members, you can put out your candles. Before I introduce our principal, Mr. Edward Schmiel, I'd like to announce next year's president of National Honor Society. As is the custom, because the student earned the highest faculty rating during the selection process, next year's president will be Natalia Davila. One more thing, I have extra special thanks for Mrs. Janine Hutchinson, who's been my co-advisor this year and will take over next year as the advisor for National Honor Society. So thank you, Mrs. Hutchinson. I'd now like to welcome Mr. Ed Shamil.
Thank you and good evening, everyone. This is truly a very important occasion, and all of you should be extremely proud. The new inductees tonight, and especially the families of our accomplished young adults. These outstanding Ewing High School juniors and seniors are here to be celebrated for yet another milestone. Induction into the National Honor Society comes with hard work, dedication, and commitment. All aspects of your character are on display every day in every decision you make. As you know, the National Honor Society is much more than academic performance. Those of you being honored tonight are not only scholars, but you are also leaders who serve our community and our school building. These 4 requirements for membership in which you have excelled, scholarship, leadership, community service, and character, were not chosen at random. These are all the foundations for a well-balanced and successful individual. Think of the words, National Honor Society. You have qualified and met the criteria for induction into a group that is nationwide and is committed to honor. This organization does not just accept everyone. You are exceptional. Continue to pursue excellence in all areas of your life. Here at Ewing High School, in your community, and when you graduate Ewing High School. We are proud of each and every one of you. Congratulations on a job well done. Congratulations, parents and families. I would also like to take this opportunity to recognize a National Honor Society Scholarship semifinalist winner. This is the first time Ewing High School has had a semifinalist winner. It is a pleasure to award this certificate to Devin Cooney, who will also be receiving a $3,200 scholarship from the National Honor Society. Congratulations, Devin, and your family. You know, Mrs. Keller kind of let the cat out of the bag, but I wanted to personally thank her for all the years of service, not just to the National Honor Society, but all our students here at Ewing High School. We're truly going to miss you when you retire, and we wish you the best in your retirement.
Thank you.
Congratulations and thank you. It's now my pleasure to introduce our Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Michael Nitti.
Thank you and good evening. On behalf of the Board of Education, it is an honor to be here tonight with our students who epitomize the very best of our school community in terms of scholarship, leadership, service, and character. This is always one of the nicest nights of the year as we welcome our newest inductees into the National Honor Society. To our newest inductees, I offer my congratulations and thanks. It is a tremendous honor to become part of National Honor Society. You are outstanding representatives of the Ewing Public Schools and exemplary ambassadors of Ewing High School. To our returning members, I offer my sincere gratitude for all that you have done for the Ewing School community. It certainly has been a privilege and an honor to see so many of you do great things in academics, the arts, and athletics, and develop into such outstanding young men and women. To all the parents in attendance, I repeat these thanks and congratulations. It is a credit to your support, guidance, and mentoring that your children are here tonight becoming part of such a prestigious institution. The fact that your children are on this stage is a credit to the work and sacrifices you have put forth as parents. You should be very proud of yourself and very proud of your children. And finally, of course, I would like to thank Mrs. Keller for her work with National Honor Society, Principal Schmiel for his leadership at Ewing High School, and all the teachers who have worked with these students from their first days in kindergarten through this afternoon. The work they have done as educators to challenge and motivate these students and hold them to the high expectations have clearly paid off with such an honor being bestowed upon them this evening. So now I'd like to share one quick story. Now, 31 years in education, I have a lot of stories, but bear with me for just one because it has some meaning and some relevance here. All right, we're going to go back to the early 1990s. I was coaching spring track. I was a young teacher. And if you know anything about spring track, I know a couple track athletes are here. It's a lot of like hurry up and wait. It's a lot like dance or swim with like really long days of quite often just hanging out or softball tournaments. So I remember one time, you're on the bus at 6 a.m., hour-and-a-half bus ride, 12-hour meet of all different events, hour-and-a-half bus ride back, and we had this one kid who did just the 100-meter and 200-meter preliminaries. That was it. I said to him, I was like, son, do you realize you were here 16 hours for literally 39 seconds of competitive activity? So it's a real long day, but it's a great sport, wonderful sport. So coaches spring track, and we're getting to the spring track season. And we have a young man, he's a senior, we'll call him Jimmy. All right? And Jimmy was a decent track athlete. He wasn't great, he was a good kid. He worked hard, but he wasn't going to be county champion or anything. So Jimmy starts campaigning about February to be a captain. He's like Coach Nitty, and I was the assistant coach. We had a grizzled veteran head coach, He's like, coaches, I really want to be captain. Can I be captain? I really want to be captain. He's campaigning to be captain. So, all right, we select captains. We make him one of our 3 captains. And, we're going through the year. And like all sports season, it's a long year. And we get to about this time of the season. And we have one of these Saturday meets. And we're getting on the bus, all right, about 6:30 a.m. Sun's just coming up. Bus is loading up, javelins and pole vault, all that stuff. And we look around and Jimmy's not there. All right, so the head coach says to someone, where's Jimmy? Kid looks up at him and said, oh, he went to the beach. He's like, yeah, he went to the beach with his friends. It's May, he's a senior, and he's not coming. And coach looks at me and he goes, think about this. He goes, everybody wants to be captain, but not everybody wants to be captain. Think about that. Everybody wants to be captain, but not everyone wants to be captain. Because to be captain is cool. You put it on your resume, your parents post it on Facebook, your girlfriend says, yeah, he's captain of the football team or track team, you get it on your letter jacket. But to actually be captain, it requires hard work, effort, sacrifice, and leadership. And what does that mean? It means you don't go to the beach on a beautiful Saturday in May, even if you're just doing 2 events. It means you get on that bus, and you root on the freshmen and the sophomores, and you help them put on the Gatorade, and you stay there the whole time, because that's what a captain does, and that's what a leader does. So let's kind of tie it into this. Much like carrying the mantle of leadership, carrying the mantle of National Honor Society student is a point of pride and tremendous privilege, but like all privileges, it brings with it great responsibility. You have willingly entered an organization that is all about honor, so it is important that you carry yourself appropriately and accordingly. A true honor student approaches demanding tasks not with trepidation or complaint, but with zeal and excitement. They work hard, they respect their teachers, and always demonstrate virtue and morality. A student of honor will not look for the easy way out, but for the path that yields the greatest growth and rewards in the long run. Finally, a true student of honor works to make their school community a better place for all students, not just a select few or an elite group. So while becoming a member of National Honor Society is certainly about aptitude, you're all great students and hardworking and got good grades, more importantly, it's about attitude. While it is commendable and noteworthy to have strong grades and scholarly achievements, an even greater indicator of future success is a work ethic and integrity that one brings to their academic pursuits. So I encourage all of our new National Honor Society inductees to look at this event not as a culmination, but as a beginning. You have done a lot of things right throughout your academic careers. To be here this evening, please continue them. Remember the essence of the National Honor Society, that those who claim to be noble must always conduct themselves nobly. Be reminded of the words of Aristotle, who stated, "Dignity does not consist of possessing honors, but in deserving them." In closing, to our seniors, go forward and do great things in your postgraduate studies and life. We look forward to you be outstanding alumnus of Ewing High School. And remember that you always have a home here. Please keep us up to date on your achievements. Much like your parents, we are very proud of you. I look forward to seeing you on another stage in just over a month. That's exciting. I get to give the first speech of that one too, which is better than giving the last speech. To all our juniors, I am excited to see all the good that you will do next year and all of your future contributions and achievements. Thank you all again, congratulations, and best wishes. Thank you.
I'd now like the two-year members to take their positions around the auditorium. New inductees, go pair up with your speech writers. Be out of your way. Two-year members, I give you this pin as a symbol of your commitment to the principles of scholarship, leadership, service, and character, which typify the values of the National Honor Society, and which you have demonstrated thus far. Wear it with pride, but remember that National Honor Society has called you to the highest standards of excellence and personal integrity. New inductees, I accept this pin and all that it embodies. I will endeavor to live up to the high standards of this society and demonstrate its principles in all I do. Pin away. Okay, members, come on up and take your seats.
Thank you all for attending our ceremony this evening. In just a moment, members will pose for a formal yearbook photo. After that, parents and friends may come forward to take additional photos. Everyone is invited to attend the reception in the senior cafeteria, which is like right around the corner, where we hope you will enjoy the refreshments and offer your congratulations to our members. We appreciate your role in making this evening special. Good evening from all of us in the National Honor Society.
Okay, if you want to take pictures with your kids.
Do that.
Yearbook got us over across the hall earlier. I don't know if she'll take additional. Can I sing the national anthem? Sure, yeah. We could have done that. I got in last year.
Should I blow those ones out? Should I blow those ones out?
Oh, yeah.
Great job.
Thank you.
You can get pictures sent out to us too. Is that possible?
Who's that baby in your mom's arm?
No worries.
All right.
You forgot your